Yo, greetings, rise up. This is Brother Marley coming with five things that you need before coming to the Gambia. I had a young family come over to the other day from the UK. Warren and Sonia and Ethan. So big up to that family. When we first met, he said, "Yeah, man, I sold up everything, sold up the cars, everything sold. We're here, boom." And I looked, and the first thing I thought was, you know what? I got to do a video on the things that you should not sell before coming to the Gambia. That's the thing I need to do. So you don't sell everything. There's some things that you should bring with you, and so that's what we're going to give. Five things as to what you should bring with you if you're planning on settling down here in the Gambia. So let's get down to it. Here is number one. So number one, bring your bed. Bring your bed. Do not come here and then think, don't worry about it, I'll buy a bed when I get here. Because the mattresses that I have seen here are useless, no good. So bring a bed, fitted sheets, bring flat sheets, even bring a blanket, because sometimes when it gets a bit cold, and cold obviously is a relative word, right? If you're in Chicago and I say cold, you'd be like, that's not cold. When it gets a little bit nippy, you might want a blanket, especially if you've been here for a while. You start getting used to the temperature, and so you notice every kind of like change in the weather. So yeah, also bring a blanket with you and bring pillows. Make sure you bring yourself a pillow, because the pillows that I've seen here, man, jank, rubbish, useless. Bring some nice quality pillows for yourself, and you'll feel good with that. So that's number one, bring your bed. Number two, okay, for number two, I would say you should make sure that you bring garments, clothes, threads, bring them. You need to make sure that you bring, more than one pair of trainers. I understand that your pair of trainers that you're using back over in the UK or in America or whatever, you're walking on roads and pavements. You're not doing as much damage to your shoes as you are here. Here, there's not so many pavements around, so you're walking on uneven surfaces. Your shoes start to get jank real quick. Sand and so on and so forth will start to discolor the shoe, and after a while you're like, yeah, I need a new pair. You can buy shoes here, but they're not as good as the ones you can get over in the States or in the UK. So bring yourself some shoes. Also, if you're going to be here during the rainy season, bring an umbrella. Bring a couple umbrellas, because the wind is strong. It'll bust up your umbrella as soon as it gets a chance. Also, bring Wellington boots. Me, I bought Wellington boots. I got to my calves. I was crossing the road outside my house, and the water went over the top of my Wellington boots. I've never seen that before. That was disgusting. So do that. Secondly, also, there was another time where I had to use like bin liners, and I put them over my shoes, and then sort of like held them up and used that to walk across the road. And the water was going so fast, it was like pushing me over. That's just rainy season. That's just a Wednesday in the rainy season, nothing special. So make sure you do that. Bring yourself some waterproofs. I was even thinking, I should have bought like like the waders you see fishermen in. That would be all right here. Sometimes you just keep them packed in the back of the car. Make sure you have those, and then you should be okay. Also, underwear, because you know what, the underwear I see here, not that great. The underwear I use is the ones that I've brought with me or that I've asked people to bring. The underwear I've seen here are like, pretend underwear. So I know anyone who's been here for a period of time, they've probably, most likely, both men and women, most likely got janky underwear. Bring underwear. All right, electrical things is going to be the number three. So let's move on to number three. All right, number three. So you need electrical items, right? Because some of the electrical items here, let's start off with, for example, power. So I would say that if you're going to be coming over here, get yourself some solar panels and so on and so forth. We're going to be staying here, and obviously that's quite an expensive, big ticket items, a big endeavor. So if you can't afford to do that, then get a generator. Now, you can buy generators here, but they tend to be like made in India or made in China. Like the quality isn't as good. They kind of break down quicker, and you pay like 3 times the prices you pay for a generator in the West. So don't do that to yourself. Have a think, get yourself a generator before coming over here. Look for like 5 kVA. 5 kVA is kind of good enough for your house, anything you need around your yard. You know what I mean? So off of 5 kVA, you could like you could run the water heater. You can do them kind of things. It's strong enough to handle those. Like, I could run a pizza oven off of my 5 kVA generator. So yeah, that's pretty good. Go for like a 5 kVA. That'll keep you running. When you're buying a generator, if you're buying one, get a key start one, right? Because you get some with the ripcord. And what I find is that when it's like, the light likes to go off, electricity likes to go off at like 9, 10 o'clock at night, right? You're tired, you're relaxing, and now you're being told to go out by your wife to go and start trying to fight with the generator with ripcord to get it going. No, you don't want to do that to yourself. So what you want to do is get a key start. There's an electric start. You could even connect it to like a switch in your house, and you can then just turn it on from inside your yard. It's better. If you're getting diesel, diesel seems to be the one that everyone goes for. But what I don't like about diesel is that if you run it out dry, like let's say you fall asleep and it's running overnight, and it runs out dry, that's a problem, because then you have to get a technician to come and bleed the system. If you have a petrol engine, you could just fill it back up again, start that bad boy, and she's good to go again. So yeah, get a generator. Secondly, get an Android box or Apple TV or something like that, because yes, they have television here. It's rubbish. And then you can get satellite television and you get more channels. But the channels that they get here, like you get a lot of Portuguese channels, you get a lot of French channels. Portuguese is coming from like Guinea-Bissau, and the French channels are coming from Guinea-Conakry and Senegal. So unless you speak fluent Portuguese, you can't watch football unless you're watching it. Or you can spend big money and get like satellite. Me, I'd say get yourself an Android box, hook it out before you come, figure it out before you come, get an Apple TV. Then you don't have to worry about it. You can just run that as you would back in your yard. And if you're thinking of like music, Spotify, set up a Spotify before you come here, because if you try and set up an account for Spotify, they'll say it's not available in this country. But if you set up before you come, then no problem. They're happy with that. If you're going to use like say the Spotify family account, do that as well before you come, because you can't set up the Spotify family account when you're here, because they like prove that you're in your address and we don't have postcodes here. Problem, you can't use Spotify family accounts. So set it up before you come. Chargers, man. Bring your phone chargers with you, yeah? Do that. The phone chargers and leads here are like all Chinese. They're rubbish. So you end up just buying loads and loads of leads. I've got like a drawer full of leads. If like if I'm up there and there's a fire, I could probably like just tie all my leads together and just shimmy down the leads. I've bought so many phone leads that work for like a month, and then they start just going funny and then you're playing with it. It's long. Bring your leads with you. Bring some spare leads. Bring extension leads with surge protectors. Bring surge protector adapters. And the reason why is that sometimes the power will go on and off, right? And sometimes if it comes on and off, it can come with a quickness, and it will burn out your stuff. I've heard stories about people where the TV's blown, they've lost the fridge, they've lost all sorts of things, big ticket items. And you don't want to lose your phone. You don't want to have your phone plugged in when there's a power surge. and your phone gets blown out. Rather get surge protector adapters. At least then you can throw away the surge protector rather than have to throw away your phone. Oh yeah, and your phone as well. Don't leave your phone as well. If you need to unlock your phone, unlock it before you come. You can get your phone unlocked here. But I've heard stories about that. So some people they've gone to get their phone unlocked and they get the phone back and the phone is completely returned back to factory settings. I've also seen one brother. He had a pretty new iPhone, and they swapped out the fingerprint, you know, sort of ID recognizer thing on the phone, and sort of for just a white button. So, depending on that, how unscrupulous the person is when you're here, getting your phone unlocked here is kind of like a bit of a gamble. If I was you, I would unlock the phone before I get here. Okay, so now also, let's go on to number 4. We're going to be talking about personal hygiene products. So number 4. All right, so for number 4, personal hygiene stuff. If you've got an electric toothbrush, bring the heads with you. The electric toothbrush heads here are generic. So they're a bit softer or they could be real coarse. So just to make sure that you're okay, bring your electric toothbrush heads with you. Also, I would suggest bringing silver water. I know some of you may not use it, but silver water is great because you take silver water, you put that, use that for deodorant, as it were. It keeps you from smelling. Rather than to kill up yourself with Axe body spray, get silver water. It's good for you, good for your body, and it does the job really nicely. Also, hair products for the ladies. Instead of waiting till you get here to get your hair products, bring product with you, because the products here are a lot more expensive than if you're buying them over in the UK or in America. So bring them before you come. You know, things like, you know, your is it black castor oil? I don't even know. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. Ladies, my wife told me to tell you, bring hair products. Okay, gel silica. You know the little gel silica sachets you get with your brand new shoe trainers to keep out the moisture. You can buy large bags of that stuff. Buy that and bring that with you, because during the rainy season, the place gets damp. You find like mold growing in the corners of your yard, and it may not necessarily be because water's coming in, but just because the environment is damp. If you leave your clothes in a cupboard and you don't use your clothes for a while, they start to also get moldy as well. You need to have gel silica in there to like take the mold out. If you don't want to use that, rock salt is very good for that as well, so you can get that by the bag here. If you want to buy that instead, you get rock salt. Put those in jars, use them, and then like in the daytime you take them out, put them in the sun so the sun can dry them out. Then in the evening, put them back in with your garment so that they stay nice and dry and don't end up having to be thrown away because they've molded away. And also for the gentlemen and for the ladies, I guess, clippers, hair clippers, yeah? Bring your own, bring a nice quality one, because here, yeah, they have it, and they use like whichever clippers they can find. Get some nice wall clippers and keep your own. If you're going to the barbers, take your own set of clippers with you, get them to use yours. Or I have the barber come to me, and then he'll come to me and cut my hair at my house. So to give you an idea, to get my hair cut and shape up, costs about £3.50, that's about $5. And that's done, you know, they come to your house, do that for you. So that's much better than having to go and sit there in a queue waiting. It's better to just have them come to you and pay a £5 and they'll do that. So they're your 5 things. Oh, I haven't told you the 5th thing, have I? I'm lying to you. That's 4 to 5. So number 5, let's do number 5. Let's do number 5. 5. Okay, number 5. So number 5, people who are bringing cars into the country, bring you a 4x4. Don't come with your little Metro, don't come with your little Fiesta, Come with your BMW 3 Series. Your BMW 3 Series is useless here. It will work for a while, but you need some ground clearance to be coming on and off of the main roads. And in the rainy season, the other day I was in my car, I drove into a puddle. It looked like a normal puddle. It turned out that the water went over the bonnet and hit my windscreen. That's how deep this puddle was. It was a puddle, and it nearly swallowed my car. I was driving and realized that as I was driving, the car was floating to the right. So I had to just hope I got to the side. I got to the side of the puddle and I was able to drive out. That's a puddle, people. So please, get a 4x4 car. Let me stop rambling. Big up to you, and have a great day. Peace.
The next day.
I watched back the video that you've just watched, and it felt very negative to me watching it, because all I focused on in the video was what is not there. And that kind of viewpoint, you know, you could feel negative about anything. You could look at, you know, living in London and say, well, you know, why would you be living in London when you have anecdotal evidence, you have physical evidence, historical evidence, financial evidence of why you are not treated as equal to your European counterpart? Why would you still be there? You know that it was bad for your parents, you know it was bad for your grandparents. Why are you there sitting there still trying to make a good thing out of a bad situation? You know, if you only look at the negative, then yeah, you're gonna always find, it would feel like as though, shoot, there's no point. And so the reason why I thought I should do this little extra piece on the end is to give some context to what I was saying. So why would you know, come here to the Gambia if you have to be worrying about all these things to bring with you? Well, it's like, some people would say, there's no point in me coming, right? There's no point in me coming there. Gambia's got nothing to offer. And other people would say, there is definitely a point in me coming there, because there is opportunities that I have found looking at Marley's video. So for example, I like electronics. I like an Xbox. I like a new PlayStation. I like an Android TV box. I like an Apple TV. I like to have the latest gadgets and so on and so forth. If you haven't got it there, and I can source it and be able to bring it into the country, I can set up a business that is not available in the Gambia. I know about, for example, you know, what bed sheets and what towels are nice, and you know what makes a good thread count. I know about Egyptian cotton. I can get myself to Turkey and be able to buy things and bring it in. You could be having those kind of thoughts, and you can do that. You could be saying, well, look, man, I don't have any special skills, but I know how to keep my hair good. I know how to do nails for ladies. You can set up a salon or a spa for women. That's a possibility. And it's not just a possibility where it's like you have to do the work. No, you train people and you employ them, and you do the thing like on a level that you may not have been able to do in your own country. So if you to go back and watch the beginning of this video, and you can see that I've given like 5 areas in which you can start a business, and you can find one of those areas that you have an interest in, or so on and so forth, and you say, well, actually I could start that business and I will be able to have more of a hearing than I would do if I was a local, and I know that the money I'm able to get access to is cheaper than the money that's over there, then why wouldn't you come over here? Look at this video as
Much later.
yeah, so that is the whole point of the video. Look at how you can make an opportunity rather than looking at it as a problem. I hope that all makes sense. All right, well anyway, that's what I wanted to say, and you take care. This is Marley, and I'm signing off again. Peace.